it's time for the thought of the week. So with that, the definition of a shithole country, Trump, is a goddamn country that won't give justice to those that they Holocaust massacred and genocide on their own land. POW, aka enslaved on their own land. Criminals that control a government who pass down that criminality to their inheritors to maintain oppression of another nation of people on their own land. That's a shithole country. Shithole country that keeps racism and prejudice as a culture against the Aboriginal Negroes of America. That's a shithole country. A shithole country where all the politicians and all your appointed representatives that you voted into office live way more plush, way more value lives than the actual citizens. Have majority of the wealth hoarded to the so-called elite, so-called sophisticated class of people where they keep all the wealth to themselves. That's a shithole country. A shithole country is where you got all these so-called Ivy League educated people, but the goddamn country that they run still ain't worth shit. The goddamn infrastructure of the country is all falling apart. The cost of living is skyrocketing. The people in the country is totally divided against each other with racism, hatred, and prejudice. That's a shithole country. A shithole country where they cover up all the so-called dominant society's crimes that they do, keep them on a media blackout, and at the same time, the people with the least protection, the least representation, they demonize and dog them on a regular basis on their platforms. That's a shithole country. A shithole country that don't never own up to its crimes, don't never own up to its injustice. That's a shithole country. A shithole country that sets up a nation of people that they already been dogging for the last 600 years to be their criminals so they can mass incarcerate them for profit under private prisons instead of bringing resources and economic growth to the citizens in order to uplift the communities. They downplay the communities with crime in order to profit off the crime. That's a shithole ass country. So whenever you want to think about a shithole ass country, Trump, think about y'all running the goddamn shithole country. One of the greatest shithole countries, injustice ass country, corrupted ass countries you can never fucking imagine. United States. And with that, peace.